Yo, what's good with y'all, gang? All right, gang, so check it out, man. I've been playing the new DLC for roughly probably going on 6 to 7, maybe even 8+ hours now. And I think I got a rough idea of my first impressions and how I'm feeling about the DLC and stuff like that. So in this video, that's what we're gonna be talking about, man. I'm gonna give y'all my rough few ideas, my rough few impressions, and we're gonna go on from there. Real quick though, before we get into that, bro, I am officially starting my tier 4 challenge grind, and here we go right here, man. I already got tier 1 done. Tier 1 was absolutely completely easy. I'm currently working on tier 2. This is what I got in tier 2. I actually got a lot done in tier 3 so far as well, which is crazy. And then of course, you know, the big boy, the king kahuna of them all is tier 4. But we ain't gonna be worried about this right now. Let's get into my first impressions of this goddamn DLC, gang. So again, gang, after getting a better understanding of everything that's going on in this DLC, kind of the ways that you make money, the prices of everything, the cars, the lack of other content, things of that nature, my overall view of this DLC personally for me is, who is this DLC for, Rockstar? Now, let me explain, gang. Now, on one hand, one thing that I can say that I do like about this DLC is I like how Rockstar themselves kind of managed to bind together every business in the game and make it into one cohesive package when it come down to the smoke on the water, the Higgins Heli Tours, as well as the car wash, when it come down to, like, you know, the daily monies and the missions that you do and the people that you do these missions for and stuff like that. But on the other hand, when it come down to making money and the missions and stuff like that, the Mr. Favor missions and shit, I don't know why they exist or like what's the purpose of them in the long run. All right, bro, so let me break it down for you. So basically how these missions work is you get a business, right? I'm just gonna use the car wash business as the main example because that's the main business. So boom, you buy the car wash business for $1 million, right? And you pretty much get the business as is. You get the business just like that. You ain't gotta worry about no other cost besides, you know, an extra $10,000, you know, to get a certain, you know, certain paint on the wall or whatever like that, right? Then after that, you got the main business, which is the legitimate portion. I'm just gonna call it the legitimate portion. You got the money laundering missions, and then you have the Mr. Favor contact missions, right? My thing is, when it come down to the money laundering missions, right? Basically, you can do these money laundering missions and they basically give you like a certain amount of money per however many minutes that you get it. Like, I don't know exactly how long it take for the dude to launder the missions before you able to collect the money. But one thing that everybody was saying wrong, and I even got it wrong, I seen this on the internet, which is why you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet, is that you make pretty much $70,000 per mission. That is not true. I think after me playing this game for a couple of hours and shit like that, I think you make roughly around 30 to 35,000 every like mission, like, you know, every like so many missions or whatever like that. The only thing about these is, the only good thing about these is there is no cooldown on these missions. So you can do these missions back to 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 back as many times you want to. The only thing that you gotta wait on is for the dude to, you know, basically launder your money out and you're able to get the bread. And that's cool and all, and you'll pretty much get your money back after you do like 28 to 30 of these missions, depending on, you know, I'm gonna say like 20, I think like 28 of these missions. Once you do like 28, you'll pretty much make a return on your investments for that specific car wash, or, you know, just a specific car wash within itself, right? But then you have the favor missions, the Mr. Favor missions, the contact missions, and for those, I don't know what's the purpose of them, besides them just being new contact missions in the game. Like, after you complete all 6 of them, right, I thought to myself that you would probably get some type of bonus or you would get some type of reward or something like that. Now, I could be wrong and mine may have bugged out over there on PlayStation. I haven't done all of them over here on Xbox yet, but over there on PlayStation, I did all of them. So it may have bugged out, or I may not have just been paying attention because I was streaming, but I don't think you get nothing for those missions at all. And to be honest, just doing contact missions for $30,000 a pop, or roughly around that price, sometimes more, sometimes less, ain't really worth it in my eyes for not even new players, which is why I'm thinking to myself, who is this DLC for? Because on one end, you got the veteran players, people like myself, people that got every business in the game, so they able to kind of benefit from the daily safe and stuff like that. But then on the flip side, you got the newer players, which, yeah, it's an easy business to get into, but at the same time, there is way better opportunities for them to be investing in when it come down to just the money that they able to make, and return on investment when it come down to spending their hard-earned cash as a brand new player. So if I gotta just be real with that one, that right there is kind of like the biggest gripe that I have with the DLC. Is like, I don't know exactly what Rockstar was thinking when they made these. To be honest, bro, I gotta be real with you. This just seemed like a bunch of, I don't want to say mess, but it just seemed like they just had 8 to 9 to 10 different ideas, and they just kind of just put it all into one incoherent package and was just like, here you go. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's not to say that I don't like this DLC, because again, on one side, this DLC isn't all that, but at the same time, I don't hate it. It's really weird for me when it comes down to this DLC, because at the end of the day, even though I feel like these contact missions are very fucking pointless, as somebody like myself that just enjoy contact missions for what they is, I actually kind of enjoy the contact missions as far as gameplay wise. You feel what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, these contact missions are not like the most high action, high octane, just fast-paced, missions that you're gonna play in the game, but at the same time, they cool. I like that they try to tell some type of cohesive story with each mission or whatever like that. The only thing that I don't like about a lot of the missions is a lot of these missions, bro, are copy and paste missions. They just missions that have already been in the game. They may have just took elements from like Lamar Lowrider missions, or Pacific old Martin Madrazo contact mission, or just a bunch of different things that we have already been there, done that, kind of done when it come down to a GTA Online and just GTA missions and shit like that as a whole, man. So on one hand, it's kind of like, yeah, these is just a bunch of recycled bullshit. But I mean, I do like, I do like when they try to, just make a cohesive story and just, try to do something besides just like, here you go, a couple of missions, do these, make some money. Now, when it come down to like the vehicles and stuff, I enjoy the vehicles. For me, vehicles don't really make or break a DLC at all. Like, vehicles are just vehicles. Now, one thing I will say that I didn't like, I don't like the fact that Rockstar decided to make 3 whole vehicles only exclusive to GTA Plus for at least a week. Now, again, it's just a week. I'm not really tripping too hard over it, but it's just something from the fact that they did it, and it's kind of lame that they did that. Like, any chance that Rockstar is getting to make GTA Plus more and more of a kind of necessity feature for people, it's kind of like, bro, come on with it, man. But at the end of the day, the new vehicles, they all cool, you feel me? Again, I really wish they didn't hold out on 3 whole entire vehicles, because the vehicle that I was most excited for was which was the Tampa GT. I gotta wait a whole nother week to be able to buy it. And from what I'm hearing, I don't know how true this is, but from what I'm hearing, people are saying that even if the person with GTA Plus got the car, you can't take it to the LS car meet and buy the car from them. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard throughout my streams and stuff like that. So again, if that's fake and you was able to buy a car from them, let me know so I know that I can do that, so I can go buy the cars early. But from what I'm hearing, you can't do that. Another thing I definitely disliked it, bro, was the fact that there was no cosmetic stuff in this goddamn DLC. This DLC had 0 cosmetic features, bro. There was no new clothes, there was no new tattoos, there was no new hairstyles, there was no new nothing in this entire DLC as far as drip go and stuff like that. And to be honest, for me, as somebody that like, dressing up my character and wearing different clothes and shit like that is pretty ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never been one of them people that want to be like known as, the GTA YouTuber that wears this specific outfit or that specific outfit. That's never really been me. I never really wanted to do that. So The fact that we don't have no new different clothes, no new different hairstyles, no new different tattoos, none of that, that right there is kind of ass to me. I cannot lie to you, bro. And it actually like made me a little mad when I realized that shit in my stream. But like I said, it's elements of the stuff that I do like. I do like that the safe, the money safe, you know exactly how much money you gonna be making every 48 minutes, which is beautiful. And I also like the fact that it's tied to already pre-existing businesses that you do own. I do love that feature, bro. I love the fact that all the businesses that we own, all this time and money and effort that we've been putting into all these businesses over the years, is starting to pay off for us. Like we starting to actually reap some type of benefits for owning all these businesses besides, yo, we can do missions and shit with them, or we can steal cars with them and make this amount of money and that amount of money and so on and so forth. So that's pretty cool, man. But again, if you don't own all these other businesses in the game, like say if you're a new player and you don't own all these other businesses in the game, what's the purpose of it for you besides it's an easy business to get into? That's the only thing that, like, you know, kind of jog my brain with this DLC. Is like, it's mid. Don't get me wrong, it's mid as fuck. This is a mid DLC overall, but at the same time, I'm not really overly mad about it, because on one hand, what am I getting mad for? Like, we already know these DLCs is gonna be ass, and these DLCs really ain't gonna be hitting on much at all for the next probably 2 DLCs. Even though I do know we got Mansions going away, I will make a video talking about that. But even though I know Mansions is supposed to be coming out in December and stuff like that, it really don't, you know what I'm saying, do anything for us as far as the level of quality that these DLCs is having. So for me, when these DLCs come out, I don't really have high hopes like that no more. Like, I kind of just go with the flow, do whatever it is I need to do, and we go on from there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I just look at it like this. New content is fucking new content. Now, if the content is good, I praise it. If the content is bad, then I don't praise it. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think this content is good, but I don't think this content is bad. I just think this is a weird place DLC. Like, this DLC is just in a weird fucking place, and I don't know where to pinpoint it, at least as of right the fuck now. Like, I don't know where to go with just my feelings towards it, or, oh, is it good? I don't know if I want to be on team good or team bad. I would just say this. For those of y'all that say this DLC is ass, I understand why you say that. For those of y'all that, you know, like this DLC or say like certain aspects of this DLC is good, I understand why you saying what you saying. I just think it's weird. I think it's weird, and I think it's kind of just a jumbled up mess for real, because even though we own 2 other businesses, I don't really understand the point of the 2 other businesses being there besides keeping your heat down. Like, y'all can see right here, my heat level at the car wash is almost up. But if you just do 1 mission, it completely get rid of your whole entire bar. So besides the safe, I don't know what's the purpose of owning the Smoke on the Waters or the Higgins Heli Tours. You see what I'm saying? They don't really provide you anything else. Like, you can still do the favor missions from them, and you can do their own separate money laundering missions, but there's no cooldown on none of the businesses at all. So why do you need them? You feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all get where I'm coming from? Like, I just don't get this DLC. Like, I don't know the point of all the other businesses, again, besides just the heat. Like, now, if I don't want to do those missions, I can just go to my next one and I don't have to worry about heat. But heat don't never go down. It's weird. It's just a weird DLC, man. I'm getting confused. I'm dead ass in the middle of a video recording my first impressions and my feelings towards the DLC, and I'm dead ass confused about it still as I'm recording this video talking to y'all about this shit, man. All I'm gonna say is this. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this DLC down below in the comment section. I feel like the more I hear about y'all feelings towards the DLC and y'all experiences, that'll kind of help me shape. I ain't gonna say help me shape and mold my feelings, because my feelings is my feelings, your feelings is your feelings. But that'll just help me get a better understanding on just the community aspect side and how the community is feeling about this DLC. Because for me, I'm in a rough fucking spot, because I dead ass don't know how to feel about this DLC. On one hand, I do want to say the DLC is stupid and pointless, but then on the other hand, it's just like, you know, cool shit. Like, you know, certain aspects of it is like, all right, I could get behind this. You see what I'm saying? But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about the DLC down below. Let me know y'all first impressions. Is y'all gonna even be continue playing this shit? Is y'all gonna try to grind till full like I am? or what y'all gonna do. I'm interested to see how y'all feeling about this shit down below. And that's pretty much all I got, man. It's different other aspects I could have got into, like the different missions and the fact that I don't like the car wash missions. I don't like having to go get the car, bring the car back, take the car back to the people, stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of that stuff is redundant and it's not really cohesive with the overall grand scheme of just how I feel about the DLC and the core elements of what make the DLC when it comes down to the missions, how you make money, and the things that I'm gonna be doing when it come down to these tier 4 challenges. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really want to get into that shit for real. So that's just that, man. But I love each and every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for all love and support that y'all gonna drop on this video. Thank y'all for all love and support that y'all dropped on the last few videos. And that's pretty much it, man. So like I always say, y'all be easy, take care, stay safe, stay dangerous, stay out the way. GTA 6 is on its way. And yeah, let me know how y'all feeling about this DLC down below. Again, for me, who is this DLC for, Rockstar? This is a very weird ass DLC for me. But I'm gone, gang, man. Love y'all. Peace out, brother.